about it for an hour. We got like nothing in the
Talk
heat.
about it. Welcome to On the Chain. This is Jeff here with co-host Chip. Chip, what is going on tonight? We've got a lot to talk about and a short period of time to do it in because it's going to be amazing. It's definitely going to be amazing. The big question is, does the SEC v. Ripple case win mean more than the XLS-20? What happens to XRP after the launch of XLS-20? What kind of an impact does it have on the asset? What kind of impact does it have on the price, on the valuation of XRP, if at all? And if we compare that to what's going on right now with the SEC v. Ripple case, which one is going to have a bigger impact? And that is the big question of the night. We'll see if we can unpack that and see if we have any end commentary.
Oh, there'll be plenty of commentary. Let's go.
Welcome to On the Chain.
Welcome to On the Chain. Welcome everybody. Welcome to On the Chain. Yes. So,
Chip,
what's up?
Alchemist got it. Is she splitting securities?
See, there's always somebody that's very quick to get it.
Very
nice.
One
very nice.
in the chat. I said, Chip, did you notice? Did you see?
I didn't notice it. It didn't even.
Anyone who didn't see it, look at that. Do you see how she's splitting securities? There you go.
Just like that.
Big prize to Alchemist, just like that. He got it immediately.
Right out of the box.
Off the bat. Right out of the box. Congratulations. Winner.
Chicken dinner.
And you know what that deserves a big applause. Big applause for Alchemist right out of the gate.
Beautiful, man. I love that.
It's
so
amazing.
Getting exciting, Jeff, because the XLS-20 is about ready to officially pass. There was a little bit of a hiccup before. It was like, we're so close, and then we found a bug, and everybody in the XRP community had the pitchforks, the torches out,
ready to go.
Somebody like, let's go. And it's like, guys, we want to squash bugs. Number one, we want to squash those bugs. We don't want to have bugs out there. So we are like, really, I guess hours, you could say.
We're hours away from, and we'll see what happens. I just want to point out, El Jefe is saying Dan was going to make it at Fort Lauderdale Boat Show, got stuck in Michigan.
That happens.
Well, that's okay. I got stuck in traffic on 95.
I almost didn't make it
boat show.
That's why I started a little late. So I've been running all weekend, and
actually, Chip, I was at what is that? That Lake Boca.
Oh yeah, Lake Boca's awesome. By the Boca.
We're just there this afternoon.
Is the tower pink again, or is it still?
The tower is pink again.
Okay, we had that whole fallout on that one show. It's called Lake Boca. Lake Boca is a great place to hang out, where there are a lot of boats there tied off, and
dude, it was plenty of boats.
It's a
they didn't have the food trucks. Crazy party, and the thing is, you're sitting there, and you got all sorts of music all around you.
And you don't even call me, dude. Can't really. This is messed up.
I should have called you from the middle of the lake. Said, Chip, come and wave at us.
You came by and got me, man.
That would have been awesome. Next time we will.
After the fact. There you go. What are you going to do? Day late and $1 short. Hey, what's going on, Chip and Jeff? Hello, Patriots. What's up, Colin? Good to see you. So it looks like, Jeff, I don't know how to say this, but it looks like South America has fallen into full-blown fascism. I'm just going to say that right now.
Man, what are they going to do with XRP?
I don't know, man. I mean, but the good news is, that's the good news. The good news is everybody's going to be moving out of fiat and into looking at getting their money into a safe place. And they're going to be looking at Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Cardano. So the good news is sometimes when it shifts one way, it goes the other. So
man, there's a lot of interesting things happening. Obviously, Twitter's going to be moving in a different direction. Maybe there'll be,
it's time to light the lights. It's time to get things going on.
The show tonight.
That's the Muppet Show theme right there. What are you guys saying? What are you doing there, Frankie P? Frankie P bringing it strong tonight. Frankie P is not messing around. Guys, drop in there where you're coming in from, your city, your country, and something maybe about where you're from or your country that most people don't know. Drop that little whatever tidbit is in there, because there's always like, by the way, I'm in Germany, but did you know that it's actually a law in the books that allows you to blah, blah, whatever that looks like. So
Howdy OTC.
Howdy. It's a what do they call that? A hoedown. Hoedown here at OTC.
The OTC. The OTC Corral.
OTC. That's what it is.
What up? Oh, look at this. You know what? On the chain members now are referred to as Chainiacs.
Chainiacs. What are you starting there? What up?
BZ.
OTC Chainiacs. If you must.
Northwest Burbs of Chicago, Chi-Town.
If you must. So why don't we recap? Let's recap this article here. This was actually published by Ripple back in July 6th.
Yep.
It's probably pretty solid. We probably should walk through this again.
Some good relevancy here because
there's
a couple of very important statements.
The Ripple drop XLS-20 and sustainability through NFTs. This is a published. People are like, why are you doing old news? Because sometimes you got to go through and you got to refresh it. You got to like a refresher. You got to mini workshop it, kind of bring it present again. Sometimes people will say, why are you covering old news? There's Monica Long. She's super happy. Like, what do you think about the XLS-20? I just
fired up.
Just fired up,
man. Expecting big things.
There you are right there. And there's the video on it. But we're going to go into the copy here. So big dreams for NFTs. Well, the most common use case for NFTs is collectibles. And that's been an exciting area. Not this year. It was more exciting last year. It's sort of sales have plummeted like 80%.
NFTs are kind of a thing of the past. However, what we're seeing, Chip, with that with Roofstock selling that first real estate on the blockchain and selling it as an NFT, I think, and that was real estate.
Yeah, and tokenizing. Yeah, and also too, wouldn't it be interesting, Jeff, if let's say Roofstock, you built in a what is that called? A commission? What is that called when you royalty? So royalty. The next time the house is sold, the other person gets 2%. It's like, okay,
that's awesome,
right? I mean, it's like every time the house changes hands, and then it's 2%. How did my
I like it? Get a little something, especially if that NFT is really cool. But things are really moving in a direction that are it's really exciting. Things are so different. But anyhow, let's go through here. There's one paragraph in there. I kind of highlighted it right in the keep right there. The XRP ledger, XRPL. You want to go through that one, I think. Yeah, that one right there.
Hey, go ahead and read that one, Jeff.
You want to read that one? All right, let's go through that one. We'll unpack this paragraph. Do we have an hour? The XRP ledger, the XRPL, has always been efficient in the creation of the exchange of tokens since its inception in 2012. I like that. Efficient in the creation and exchange of tokens. XRP Ledger was the first, underscore that, the first to enable the tokenization of any form of value on a blockchain. It was the very first. So this is super meaningful. It also introduced the world to the concept of decentralized exchange. Remember, the exchange wrapped into the XRPL. So this is the first to enable any kind of tokenization. So the rollout, Chip, of the XRPL, of the XLS-20, of this notion of being able to roll out NFTs on the XRPL, things are going to be moving. It's going to be really interesting.
Yeah, it's really cool. And it's so funny because everyone talks about, DEX, decentralized exchanges, but very few people, even I think outside of the XRP community, actually know that the very first one was an XRP ledger. And that's really where a lot of that power comes from as well. So yeah, huge advantages to building NFT projects, including very low transaction prices. And that's the other thing that a lot of people they go to OpenSea, and to go ahead and mint an NFT has been super expensive. So people weren't that happy, especially when you started getting up into the Bored Apes, where they were, millions of dollars each potentially, or hundreds of thousands of dollars each. And all of a sudden, guess what? You get slapped on top of your investment in an NFT, this collectible. Then you also have this massive fee. So the whole idea is that transaction price is going to be very low, very, very similar to how cross-border payments, super low. Carbon neutral. XRP transactions are about a half a penny. You're like, a half a penny? That's BS. I'm not paying that, Jeff. Way too much money. And powerful value proposition for developers of NFT projects that may have been previously deterred by expensive gas fees on other blockchains. Gee, Jeff, what do you think they're talking about right there? Expensive gas fees on other blockchains. Let me think about this. Could it be Ethereum? Maybe, I don't know.
Is it Ethereum? Is it Bitcoin? Gas fees. Ethereum
so right here
pretty
it talks
gassy.
about gassy. Yeah, a lot of gas fees. XLS-20 unlocks new potential for creators on XRPL. Standard proposed by Ripple, now for approval. We're almost there. Creation of NFTs on the XRPL, very compact, efficient, reduces any negative impact to the ledger's performance, and avoids any congestion at scale. With the XLS-20, developers can create NFTs without the additional security risks and complexities, and therefore room for error that come with smart contracts, since XRPL does not require them to accomplish many tasks. So there's also a simplicity in this, Jeff.
It's such a departure from Ethereum, with the high gas fees, the complexity of it. Think about over the past year, we've talked about the NFTs a lot, and trying to move into and acquire, an NFT for some of the online gaming, and you're forced to go through, and the gas fees, and trying to move Ethereum, trying to do anything within the space, extremely slow, extremely difficult, and extremely costly. Man, the XRPL simplifies everything. It just seems that way.
Yeah, and also too, the features like minting and auctioning built right into the standard. It seeks to bring significant ease to the developer creation process, and that's another thing too. A lot of people have wanted to do stuff, but it's like very complicated and very stressful. Monica stressed how Ripple has always believed the power of the XRP ledger is tokenization, liquidity, and settlement. So there you go, right there. So we're so good at doing these things across the board. A broad set of use cases on a global scale, and that's what it builds us towards the Internet of Value, that IOV that we hear so much. And I think nobody's done it better than to get that out there than Brad Garlinghouse. Democratizing access to blockchain and crypto among various use cases, such as payments of carbon credits, presents a unique opportunity. The markets are more competitive, they're efficient.
Carbon credits.
Then you have sustainability has been a key impact for Ripple. And then you have, let's see what else. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But
that's pretty much it, Chip. I think the key point with all of that was the notion of the fact that the XRPL did it first, does it better, does it more efficiently, it's less expensive. Just overall, as this rolls out, I mean, it's gonna be super, super exciting. So the question here that we need to throw out, and we'll throw this out as a poll to the community at large. I want to throw this out and say, okay, will the XLS-20 have an impact on the price of XRP? So I'm going to put that as a poll, Chip, out, and see how people answer that. So I'm going to try to find where the polls are. Look at this. We can even have a Q&A. They added something brand new here to YouTube.
Did not
it's
know
throwing
that.
me off here. Answer viewer questions live. Wow, start a Q&A. No idea what that means. Let's see. I can ask a question. I can say something. All right. Very crazy, Chip. We lost Chip. Oh, we lost Chip altogether. Great. Wonderful. All right. Hopefully he'll be back. Trying to ask some questions live here and trying to figure that part out. But we'll throw out the poll here in a second as Chip comes on. Let me see if I can, while we're doing this, will the XLS-20 increase price of XRP? Yes or no? There we go. Ask the community.
It's going to be.
Throw that out to the community and see what everybody has to say. And that's it. We'll see what we think. So, Chip, really great stuff. Want to say we've got Italy in the house here. So you got user 1943. Ciao a tutti means hello, everybody. So I don't know if I pronounced that right, Chip, but got Italy in the house tonight. Got Tune to Key. You're going to love your XLS-20. I guarantee it. And right off the bat, Messi, Leo said the price won't move. Chip, you know what? Anytime there's some positive movement in the space as it pertains to XRP, whether it's another company building on the XRPL, now we're going to see the XLS-20. It always seems that the price goes backwards or stays the same. What do you think, Chip?
What I've noticed is what you think would move the price doesn't, and then randomly it seems to just move. So, that whole thing about going back to that complaint that was levied against Ripple with the SEC, they're like, they're talking about moving the price. Well, good luck if someone figures out what that magic is, because good news, biggest partnership in Ripple history, price starts trailing downward. So it's like, doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason around that. So who knows what really drives that, Jeff?
Here's another meaning for NFT: need flare tokens.
Get the flare tokens out. Well, I like how they're gonna keep the SGB tokens, because it's not like the SGB, the Songbird was the test net, right? But you're still going to be able to do stuff with those. Not like it's not going to matter or they're useless. So you're going to be able to vote with them. That's going to be pretty cool. I'm pretty excited about that.
Man, Malaysia is here with us. Holy cow. John Chan.
John Chan. What's up, John?
What is up?
What's going on,
What is up? So we got Alchemist. In life, 3 things are certain, Chip: death, taxes, and XRP will likely be cheaper tomorrow.
Well, let's hope so, man. I'd like to buy a bunch more. I really would,
So here's the big question, though, will XRP go back to 10 cents? Does it revisit 20 cents? That never really revisited the 10 cents. I thought it would revisit at some point.
I don't know if that's going to happen, to be honest. I mean, I'm not sure it'll get back there. We'll see. We shall see what happens there. Be interesting.
Yeah.
XLS-20, man, we talked about this for so long, and now it's here. It's really something.
It's really amazing. So here's K-HUD with some more, brilliant commentary right here. You can't make the ocean produce a wave to ride it. What does this say? Comes just be on your board. Wait, to ride it. Oh, I get it. You can't make the ocean produce a wave to ride it. Just be on your board.
There you go. Yeah, be on your board ready. Like, be ready. Like, be at attention.
You got to be at attention all the time. You got to be waiting. You got to be ready for it.
Jeff, I see a lot of comments on Twitter, and I got to tell you, Attack Titan kind of nailed it with this one here. So Stefan Huber, Stefan Huber's a great community member. I love the stuff that puts a lot of really good content. This right here, I want to get your take on this one here, because it just made me think, and I thought, you know what? Something interesting here. Stefan Huber said, I think the crazy LBRY delay is a very good sign that the judge must have some serious doubts about the SEC arguments. And Attack Titan said, at the Glimmerman 00 said, no, they're all waiting on voter sentiment and the election results. Cases and verdicts will fly once it's clear which side will win. Not charts, not trend lines, not market cycles, not uncovered videos or calendars, etc. All of which I'm glad we have, though. So what do you think about that? That's an interesting take right there, Jeff. Waiting
no
for the
uncovered
voters.
Videos, no calendars,
no
secret documents.
Secret documents.
That's it. He's glad. I'm saying all of which I'm glad we have, though, which is cool. Seeing a lot of those videos, but nothing's gonna. That's great. No, they're all waiting on. There's gonna be some interesting stuff happening here.
Right. I thought that was pretty interesting right there. Let's see what else we get here.
Here's what got English to me. So let's go back to 6 cents, and I'll liquidate my retirement fund. Now imagine we're in such a severe bear market and went back to 0.006. Bring Bitcoin back to like $250, even $750.
If it went to 250, let's workshop this, Jeff. If it went to let's suppose. And listen, let's not get into the Bitcoin. It's slow. Who cares? Listen, it's number one. It's the brand name. It dug the well that made all this other stuff, all this other altcoins, if you want to call them, or digital assets possible. Let's go in the chat there. I wonder if this is a poll we can run, Jeff, just to see. Suppose Bitcoin would have a swing over the course of, let's say, 30 to 90 days, and it went back to 250. What percentage of people here tonight would actually buy at 250? Yes or no? Would you buy it at 250, thinking that, okay, if it goes to 500, back to 500, I double, 1,000, I 4x, or if it goes back to 15, 20K, right? So,
that's interesting. What happens to the market, though? Imagine if
the
Bitcoin
market,
retraced
that
to
could be
250. Does it destroy the entire market? Think about
okay.
that'd
Now
that could be
that could be even
devastating.
more troublesome, right? But yes and no. I mean, at some point, I guess it all depends if it decouples, because we've already seen a cycle where XRP was going up and Bitcoin was trending down, and I think that's only happened like I think we can count it on one hand. I'll just say one finger, maybe one finger too. This one,
Count it on one finger.
Go ahead, watch my finger. Which one? Might have been this one. Might have been this one. Which finger? How
We're
many
gonna
fingers
ask
am I
that
holding
poll.
up?
I'm interested to see what the end result is. Here's the end result for the XLS-20. You'll be amazed to find out that it's very similar in outcome. Will the XL? I keep saying XL7. I don't know. I say XL7.
I like XL7. I'll be honest, Jeff. I'll be honest with you.
XL7.
I really wish we could name it XL7, because that sounds way cooler than XLS-20. XL7 sounds badass
it's cool
to
as
me.
hell. It is badass, and it have a really cool logo and everything.
You know, 7 is my number, so
there you go. 7. So XLS-20, will it increase the price of XRP? 50% said no, 49% said yes.
Wait a minute. How many people voted though, Jeff?
55.
That's not enough. It's not enough for a sample.
Not enough. We need 100. We need 100 people to properly sample the audience. So let's try this one. Let's start another poll. If BTC retraces to, should we say 250 or a little higher? Put a different number up there.
Oh, let's put 499. Let's put 499 up there. Try that. Let's see what happens with that. Let's see what happens there.
498. Retrace to 499. Will you buy
Yeah.
BTC?
And I guess if it gradually goes down, not like it crashes overnight. Like, so that's not the scenario. It's not going to go
gradually in the bear market, right? We know that we're going into this recessionary period, and inflation is kicking in. Let's say something crazy happens. Do you buy at 499?
By the way, I was going back to that.
I would have to ask Mortimer and Randolph whether to sell BTC at 499.
Frankie P's bringing it tonight, man.
Oh yeah,
man. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you something.
We need 100 votes on this one. 100 votes. Just come on, quick. Boom, boom, boom. Got 40 votes already. Got 170 people watching. Come on, just click yes or no.
Yeah, it's not that hard, man.
We'll get 100. It'll be quick.
Let's see what we can do here. Let's see if we can do it.
Then we'll put up another interesting poll after that. So what's next, Chip? What's next on the
so I thought we'd talk a little about Flare. Something to happen. We were actually meant to talk about this the last show. We didn't talk about this, but Flare Networks decentralization achieved beta mode engaged, 20 validators on the mainnet, 4 run by the Flare Foundation, 16 run by validator partners, Flare Networks. Foundation is 4, Blockdaemon HQ is 4, Figment.io is 4, Stake.us, and Into the Block. Into the Block, that's another coin. Thank you very much. And there's the validators, .toa Labs. There you go.
We need another sound effect, something that goes, something like activates it.
Yeah. Something like that.
Something like that. There you go. Decentralized mode has been activated.
Yeah, Flare surpassed the decentralization threshold. Foundation controls less than 33% of network validation power. Thus the decentralization has entered the beta mode. Token distribution event can commence once suitable date has been agreed with exchange partners. And Jeff, these exchange partners, they were all like, "Hey, are you going to participate in Flare?" They're like, "Yeah." And then when it actually comes time to moving, doing something, and like my buddy Bruce used to say, he's no longer on the planet, but Bruce used to say this: it's always a good idea until someone has to do something. It's like until someone has to move a finger, until something actually has to happen, nobody wants to do anything. But it's like, okay, now what's happened is everyone's getting mad at Flare, and Flare now has 100+ exchanges to have to deal with, and that's their new 24/7 job has become, corralling cats over the exchanges, right? I mean, it's like babysitting them. So at token distribution, qualifying Flare community, Fitzo partners will be empowered to contribute to network of validators. The Flare token holders will be able to delegate their chosen providers. Thank you for that, Connie. Please hit the like and subscribe button.
We haven't
that bell
seen Connie
notifier.
in a long time.
Connie, good to see you. Another OG. She might have been like the first or second subscriber here. She's been loyal.
All right, we gotta bring this while you're going there. Let me just bring this poll to an end because it's interesting. We have 60 votes on this last poll. If
Can we put that live?
Races, I can't figure out how to do that. I mean, I guess I could.
Tool to do that. I guess you could share your screen, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll share my screen, even though it's probably.
Let's do that in a second. Let's just get through this here. So Flare mainnet
then I'm
now
post
open
another one.
Now open for observation modes. The mainnet peering whitelist has been removed, and any entity can spin up an observation node on Flare network. We could spin one up, Jeff. It's possible. It's all in the realm of possibility. Interact with the network without restriction on your own node. Yeah, after we get done with the Amicus, I think the Amicus thing is like timing wise. I think we're like running out of time there. There it is, right there. It's simple. Just read all this, and you can deploy your own node. Seems pretty easy, Jeff.
Yes.
For somebody who's in the know. So there's the docs on that, and let's see. Yeah, Josh Edwards says absolutely awesome working with each one of our validator partners on this one. They all they're all at the forefront of blockchain infrastructure technology and are doing a fantastic job. 3 fire emojis. That's how good they're doing right there.
Fantastic.
And he's a VP of engineering.
So they're going into this whole decentralized phase. They got the new validators. They get launching their mainnet. All this stuff is happening. So when did the any commentary? When was the last commentary on the Spark token? They say January.
I don't think they've actually given a date. I think it has to do with what's going on with the. I know last time we heard it was. I don't think we have a date, but it's probably going to looking more like January.
January. All right. So let me just wrap up this last poll. So the last poll was: if Bitcoin BTC retraces to 495, will you buy? So I can throw this up here, but it says here. So we had. Whoops. What happened? I
think when you make it big, it lost.
All right.
Lost the.
It didn't like the zoom. So anyhow, 50% said yes, 49% said no, and there were 61 votes on that latest poll. And so there's a new one up there now. I just posted. Man, this chat box doesn't like to be zoomed in. That's from. So the new poll that just went up is. And people already, so here's the new one, Chip. Let me, I got to pop this out so I can actually read it. Bring it over here.
Pop it out there, man.
There we go. Brian Armstrong, CEO of Coinbase, says BTC will be the new gold. Do you agree? Yes or no? So we'll leave that one up there for a minute. And people are wondering why we keep asking about all this Bitcoin stuff. But it's interesting to see what XRP community and our on-the-chain community think about Bitcoin today. That's it, Chip.
There you have it. And there,
one in a minute.
Looking for something else to throw up there. Let's see. Yeah, this one here too. So there's some interesting projects on the XLS-20 that are coming out. One of them is this Xblades. I don't know if you've seen this, but this is another. I haven't
seen this. Yeah, I was looking at this. This is really
another interesting project here. I'll put the website up first, and then we'll see kind of. This is Xscape right here. And it's like, well, what is Xscape? So vision for Xscape, not only create one of the first NFT integrated XRPL games, exciting, but to become a launch pad, exciting, in which we can release many of our different upcoming NFT collections. It's kind of exciting. It's all exciting. It's just me joking around. They'll have varying utility. Maybe they should put like flashing colors behind this so you can't read it. So and our aim,
can't read it.
Do you remember there was like when the web first came out, there was like you could make things like blink. And I used to call that the awesome.
That was so cool.
The Enfuego, the on fire, the Enfuego. It was like blinking.
That's awesome.
Until they got rid of that because it was you'd have sites that were blinking all over the place. And
it was really amazing. You had the spinning things. You could do the spinning.
It was a bad idea, man. So their aim is to become one of the core hubs of the XRPL by inspiring a new wave of players for social metaverse engaging and friendly for people getting into the space who want a place to be regularly, have some great times and some exciting events. Xscape's heavy focus on duality of common themes for everyday life, the yin and yang, the dark and light, the heaven and the hell. We want to emphasize, emphasis goes deeper than that on the surface. Reward players that go a little bit further than the rest, whether it's being creative, talented, positive to others, around themselves. Encourage everyone to see their own dualities. So one of the ones is welcome to the Wayward Tavern. The Wayward Tavern. Oh, that's the Discord invite. But the Wayward Tavern, Jeff, I'd be sitting at the bar just sipping whiskey.
What is the Wayward Tavern? Is it a game or is it a tavern?
It's a genre multiplayer game which blends the themes of a battle royale and role playing games.
Oh, sweet. Oh,
so
that's kind of cool.
It's very
cool. I like the concept. I like the idea.
So what are Xblades? Xblades are the first NFT collection we're releasing under the Xscape project. At first, we want them to be the most important to holders and believers in the project. Their generative set of 8,888 uniquely hand-drawn blades that we expect to be launched in the Equilibrium Games marketplace once XLS-20D has been implemented.
That's what it is.
Yeah, each blade has multiple traits and differing rarity. All 8888 blades, none will duplicate another. So these are all like really, they're all kind of different in their own way. Xblade will give you a unique cosmetic skin based on a certain weapon in the game. You'll also be passively rewarded with a token coming to the Xscape ecosystem just for holding. Token will be the main token that allows our metaverse and ecosystem to operate. And we want to build the Xblade NFT and the Xblade token, not just to be awesome Blade NFT, but also a ticket that allows you to participate in all the upcoming additional projects. So it's kind of like your entry point, this NFT.
Yeah, it sounds like a cool idea. You got to get the games going. Everyone's trying to build, and they want to roll out in this blockchain space, NFT space. It's a great idea. Let it happen. I want to see functional games in this space. So, we were just talking about that a little while ago when they're building on the Ethereum. It's cost prohibitive for anyone to get into those games. And there's a lot of people out there that love gaming. Why not generate some revenue while you're gaming? Be able to utilize your time. And actually, Brad Brown is saying games waste valuable time, and that's right. For the most part,
so does
if you're just sitting around gaming,
so is watching this.
Right, but imagine though you can utilize that time, and if you're playing a game and you're earning whatever rewards you're earning, and you're finding weapons and all this stuff, then you can go and sell the weapons for real cash, or sell your skins and avatars and stuff like that. Man, you can build stuff in the game. Like there's that, some different games. Like it's exciting. I like the direction it's going in. And I've said that a long time. My son spent so much time playing Rocket League and some other games, and he spent a lot of money collecting stuff. Now he's competing in Rocket League. But up into that, it's crazy how you earn all this stuff, and even if you try to sell, there's some websites you can try to go and trade and sell for some type of value, but it's not the same thing. This is like actual playing and earning, and people can make a living doing it. But the Ethereum route, man, it was just tedious and expensive.
Exactly. And I think too, and I think you nailed it, Jeff. It's all about, so actually being rewarded for your efforts. Like if you're a little bit better, like it said, going a little bit above the rest, just maybe a little bit further as a user, just a little bit, just that little
bit
inch.
More. Man, Mark's watching on a 75-inch TV
screen. Nice sight to behold. Yeah, you can look right at my nostrils.
That's terrifying.
Crazy, Jeff. So there's they put out a tweet thread here. What are Xblades? Are they a weapon? With the XLS-20 around the corner, we wanted to explain a little bit about what Xblades are, why we chose to create them before everyone gets their hands all over them. Below is a thread on the process. And look at that. Is that the Wayward Tavern?
That's a pretty nice graph.
Let's say we go in there and do some damage on that puppy. So it says the thread will go in depth, the idea of the individual to give a broader understanding of the collection, what the Xblades represent overall. Short answer, no. Xblades are not just a weapon. So they represent a complex and profound metaphor that describes the individual.
Now I'm disappointed.
The individual only experienced by those who've gone through the worrisome but indispensable business of coming to terms with the unconscious components of the personality. Carl Jung said that.
Wow.
So we believe that society cannot exist independently without individuals, because in order for society to uphold the population's best interest, must allow all individuals to let their unique talents shine through, become the best versions of themselves. This is what gives society the quality of life to live within. And then freedom, Jeff. Freedom. So with Xblades, each blade represents that individual in society who shines the best version of themselves. Those who have stopped being a sheep and think for themselves instead. Ooh, it's getting a little witty here, Jeff.
It's getting interesting.
No pre-sailers, specifically to anyone or anywhere, could have joined for 0 XRP. We aren't saying pre-sales are bad.
Problem.
Yeah, exactly. We're not saying they're bad.
Yeah, no good.
We're saying everyone has their own way of building opportunity. We respect it, but specifically, we chose this path as a means of creating a story that others would see in the future, as example of something that's still possible in this world.
Yeah, it's going on and on. There's a long explanation.
Made it possible for our project to succeed. We didn't have any. Jeff, this is very exciting stuff. I like this because
there's 17 of them.
Yeah, but everybody else's version of a game is, check this out. It's a pre-sale and you can get it and you can do this with it. It's like, and then
a lot of it's just a run. It's a run on tokens. They want the token is really the epicenter of their project. And you're right, so
it's all about
in this. They're trying to create an ecosystem here.
Yeah,
it's interesting.
The gifted with the strength to exist, protect the vulnerable. Vulnerability has an extremely important role in society. So the whole idea is that each one of these weapons, it's also a ticket into the game itself, this multiplayer sort of metaverse style battle royale type of game. It's exciting.
It's exciting. Look at Jim D said that's how I got into crypto online games like EverQuest. Damn,
very
look
cool.
at that.
And look and see right here. Here's the money right here. That. This is the reason why we let the people decide our value. Right? So we don't want power. We all want to exist, show people what that integrity is. Regular people love crypto. Xblades can only be wielded by the strongest of the strong. It's written in a gamey kind of a way here. Well, I never get them, so it's very rare that I ever get them.
Very rare. Oh, what is this here? Poll Ripple gets settlement with full clarity. Where does XRP go in 2023? That's interesting. All-time high. That's a good poll. We'll ask that poll. In the meantime, Chip, let's move on to this BitBoy.
Throw that up there.
So this is it's your buddy, Ben Armstrong.
BitBoy. Saying some nice things though.
Yeah. He said there's not a more dedicated community than the XRPArmy. It's interesting. That is true.
Yes.
They've been through more than anyone else and remain dedicated. Their patience is going to pay off in moons and Lambos. What are your thoughts?
That's a hat tip to Moon Lambo. It's Matt over at the Moon Lambo channel. That's Matt at Moon Lambo. Yeah, Moons and Lambos. He's absolutely right about that. I mean, like, say what you want about him, but he's got a big audience. He's probably turned a lot of people onto XRP. And people can say, like, well, we goof on him, but you know what? Listen, he's worked hard. Listen, the guy was an early investor in Bitcoin, made millions, did very well. And you know what? He brings his brand to show the way he wants to do it. And the bottom line is, how many people do you think that watch his show have been like, oh, wait a minute. So if somebody who was a former Bitcoin maxi, like Ben Armstrong, BitBoy, and Ethereum and everything else, and now he's XRP, I just think that there's a lot more value there. And you can goof on him or whatever, but it's a lot. And Baba says, I'm guessing you got the memo. The Intergalactic Alliance is ready. The Baba Cug's right there. So
the Intergalactic Alliance.
Baba Cug says, cool thing. You got the memo. Good. You actually got the memo. Fantastic. Bubba Cuggs is on fire lately on Twitter, man. Just solid stuff. Then we've got, what else we have here, Jeff? I think that's it. Have a good night. Oh, there's some other stuff in here. There's some other stuff. Come on now. Let me pull this one up here. So I'm going to have to turn on. So Jeff, this one made me instantly think of you just because of what you said in the past, and you didn't say anything like, it wasn't one of these things where you said, huh. This is, you were digging around thinking there's got to be something going on here, right?
What's up, Shihab? Man, it's been a while.
It's been a while. Yeah, it sure has. So what I want to do here is, so you have Weezie out there, which also finds a lot of stuff that's going on. And I want to share this. It's a very short clip here, but I want to share this because, and I didn't want to ask you what it's about. I just want to play this, and then I want to get your reaction, because here's the video right here. There's Sam Bankman-Fried. His hair is becoming like its own ecosystem right now.
Yeah,
there's like,
he's got satellites.
Satellites are flying around there. That's like it's growing outwards. I love it. I always think it's just, I mean, it's cool, man. If you can show up at a conference or whatever, and everyone else is wearing these, dresses, and I'm wearing a sport jacket on there, and Sam's rocking the shorts, even his kicks. Look at that. Some old, like, they're not even new. It's like, he's like, whatever I've been wearing, with an old beat up t-shirt on there. This, you got to love a character like this. But let's listen to this. And I want to get your reaction. Let me turn this up. You see, it's not up high enough here. Look at this here.
No,
your story is really interesting. And we were talking about this a little bit backstage. So Katie actually went to the Stanford Law School and studied with Sam's mother.
And father.
So,
they taught me
there's
what
that,
I knew
but they
about
had
life.
actually never met in person until just now.
Well, and for a couple decades.
Right.
Sam
then.
might be the first person in crypto I ever met.
She knew Sam when he was a little kid. Your story is really interesting.
So, right now, Jeff, do you remember the show? Let me just say this. Do you remember the show where you go like, something's not adding up? It came out of nowhere to become, with all this crazy money behind, all this positioning. Do you remember the time you rose? You entered that question, and you're like, something.
I do.
There's got to be something more,
right.
And so I saw this and instantly thought of you, like, oh, look at these connections. By the way, Jeff, I will say this. Like,
very interesting.
I will say this. So Sam Bankman and he and I both have something in common. Like, once in a while, you might see my head shake. No, I don't have Parkinson's. But what you do, watch Sam's legs here. So, and I'll put this down there, but if you can see it, Sam's legs are going like this a million hours. That's what my legs are doing all the time. It's called restless leg syndrome. My legs always bop. See, as both of them are doing that.
Yep.
That happens with me. And so you'll see sometimes my head will shake because my whole body shakes. But you see that thing he's got going on? That I have that same thing. Drives me crazy sometimes. And I just can't sit there and relax. I always got to be like moving and shaking, and it's bizarre.
It's so crazy, man.
Watch it again. Watch this. Okay, watch this. See, one leg's going on the right side. Now, when he turns the heat up a little bit, watch both legs. Here we go. He's talking, and he's like telling him about the connection.
Who is
you see Sam's legs bouncing up and down?
Yeah. Who's the woman, Chip? Who is that woman in the middle?
That right there is Katie Hahn. She's a board CEO and founder of Hahn Ventures, 1.5 billion venture capital fund focused on Web3. General partner at Andreessen. She was a general partner at Andreessen Horowitz. So you got these weird connections. So she knows Sam Bankman-Fried, went to Stanford with them.
Very man, you can start drawing some interesting dots. K Hudis, thank you for the support there. Big supporter. He reminds me of Andy Kaufman.
So. Andy Kaufman was a legend right here. So
yeah. So Chip, I marked another one here too. Another commentary here from Steve Walker. Thought it's interesting. Hi guys, what do you think of the Rare Bloom video describing Bitcoin being used to track crypto transactions from your cold storage wallet? The IRS can access it, hence 87,000 new tax agents out there. Is that, part and parcel for the reason for, maybe that sudden increase in IRS agents out there to somehow start looking at Bitcoin as a mechanism to look at all crypto transaction wallets? Before we comment on that, Jim D said, that's what I hate about crypto. Anyone who knows your wallet address can dust it to track you. Digital dust is like browser cookies, and they can even leave graffiti messages in memos.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's crazy, right?
I haven't seen that video, so I don't know about that, Jeff.
I haven't seen the video, but this notion though of what Jim D was saying, and then also the
Oh
question.
yeah, that's a real thing. I mean, it's a real deal.
This idea though that the IRS is going to try to use and track crypto transactions, somehow using this mechanism once they know your wallet address. That maybe that'll be
How are they going to know it?
Push for.
What are they?
Well, that's it. That's the privacy side of it, and that's where the way they might know your address is when they try to overregulate with the rollout of the digital dollar, and somehow use that as a mechanism, because now all digital dollars will be the way that you're moving your fiat currency, and they're going to be tracking it, controlling the digital dollar. That'll move.
There's
exchanges, and
it's amazing. Like from 2020 till present, it's amazing how crazy stuff has just devolved, right? I mean,
yeah.
So there you go, right there. You see, like my whole chair is shaking. I'm shaking. It's really gone crazy. I mean, yeah, I really, quite honestly, I don't know what people. I sometimes don't even understand why people vote a certain way. It's like, so which do you? I mean, how much pain do you enjoy, and what's your threshold for pain? Because maybe that's something people really enjoy. I don't know, but David. Now he has he's changed his name again. David Joel Katz Schwartz. Read that.
The cat. So the dual citizen is saying IRS is going to be abolished, going to a flat luxury tax. Man, you move in that direction. Big things are going to happen here come November and then January, and that I'm sure is on the chopping block come 24. This notion of what they just pushed through, it definitely good mechanism on the chopping block, Chip. I think that's key. What are your thoughts?
And I also think too, going back to your whole pendulum theory, when the pendulum swings so far in one direction, when it comes back with some force and some anger and some velocity, it usually swings back a little bit further. So you go back to Carter. Carter gave us Reagan. Go to Obama. Obama gave us Trump. You go to Biden. What is after Biden, right? So what comes next? And when you're burning everything down, you kind of look at like what that's going to look like, and it's got to be something
control of most of the states, governorship.
Yeah, well, that's another big thing here. So let's look at this. So he had some profound words right here, Jeff. Here's some profound thinking from Joel Katz, at Joel Katz, better known as David Schwartz, Chief Tech Officer over at Ripple. If you don't go to your friend's funeral, they won't come to yours. Okay, so there you go. There you go. So unfortunately, I've gone to enough of my friends' funerals. I have gone to some friends' funerals, and Jeff, it's probably one of the worst things ever.
It is the worst.
It's the worst thing.
By far the worst.
Yeah. It's just, look at this. And I thought this, at Joe. So, hey, that's technically a true statement, but the inverse is also true. If you don't go to your friend's funeral, they won't come to yours. And then he says, well, how does anyone ever go to a funeral?
The inverse. That's the inverse.
The inverse of that is true.
The inverse of that is true. If you do go to your friends,
if you do go to your friend's funeral, they won't come to yours.
Won't come. Oh my God.
If you don't go to your friend's funeral, they won't come to yours. So it's just kind of all the wording. And then you've got this one here. Whoa, that's where Sam Bankman-Fried's going right there with the hair. That's young Keanu Reeves. What was that movie? What was that movie he was in? Whoa.
Which one was that?
That was him and that other character.
Because you got the guy. That was Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Yeah, that's right. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. It was excellent.
I remember him with that crazy hair in that one.
Let me time it just right. Whoa.
Dude, and then they had a new one that came out.
Whoa. So there you go. I didn't watch the new one.
Nah,
Was it bad? I mean, come on.
Yeah. They
it
tried
was
to
made
reboot
about.
it.
Should have
They
made
brought
like
the kids in and the wives, and it was. So Jim D was saying people with cold wallets think they're safe from dusting, but the wallet only holds private keys. Anyone can see the ledger. True. Once they get a hold of your. So that's why I like this idea, man. We got to go to the flat tax. Flat tax is key.
Got to go to flat tax. There's no. Yeah, I mean, the thing about a flat tax, though, there could be some other. You could potentially create a black market, so to speak. It could be done. So there's some
decentralization on the blockchain.
Centralization is the key thing right there. Go decentralization. Decentralization changes everything. When you don't have people's fingers in the cookie jar, hands in there, then what do we get? Then we have so much better of a world that we're building, because we take a lot of that corruption out of it. And then then that's where we want the transparency, right? That's where the transparency makes sense.
It's so key. It's so that notion, it's really, really critical. The decentralization, we have to have full transparency, and we have to move to a mechanism that isn't controlled by 87,000, bots out there that might not be looking out for the interest of the country.
Yeah, they never are looking out.
They've politicized way too much. So we just don't know at this point exactly what's happening. Here we go. This is what I was looking for. Steve Walker was saying, rare bloom day. One Cardano live stream on YouTube says there was a tax expert talks to a guy who got audited by the IRS. So that's what it's all about. Yeah. Man.
Jeff, just when you thought the wisdom was over from David Schwartz, it's not. Look at this one, made me laugh. If I had a pet duck, I'd name him Mallard Fillmore. For you people that don't know, there was a U.S. president named Millard Fillmore. So Mallard is a duck. Mallard Fillmore, very cool.
Oh,
anywho's
XRP high risk pump and dump by whale. What? What is he
I
saying?
don't know what that means. I don't know what that means, Jeff.
Man, when we logged in at first, there was one of those spammers, those WhatsApp spammers, actually posted on the live stream. Had to block them. Wouldn't you think that YouTube is figured out through the AI algorithms?
No, they don't have AI.
In someone's name, it says WhatsApp and all that.
They don't. I honestly don't think they have. Jeff, it's the same thing. It's like people. First of all, most people are on their phones when they watch videos. They're in their cars. They're not going to sit there and type a diatribe like, some little, 4-page thing and then hit somebody up. And like, shouldn't those main words be like, hit me up on, Telegram or Discord? That's a pure giveaway right there. Nobody, any legitimate comment, no one says, hit me up on Discord or Telegram. That should just, so I'm programming, I'm like, what could we use as a disqualifier? How about the word Discord or Telegram? But for some reason, no. And it's gone rampant. It's gotten just to be too ridiculously crazy. I don't know.
Right. Not sure. Trying to follow all these conversations to figure out exactly where we're at with, but El Jefe said, up support fracking. Good night.
Good night then. See you later.
Good night.
See you later. See you
All
later.
sorts of stuff going on. A lot of conversations here. We get to watch and have our own show on the other side, which is really cool.
Yeah, I was going to put this. I'm trying to find this other. I hate when you have too many tabs open.
Oh man, Hydroponics Alan is here with us already.
Look at that.
It's really great. Yep.
So Emi Yoshikawa, who is the Web3 and crypto over at Ripple, she put this up right here, Jeff. Check this out. Super new tweet. Crypto means business by Ripple on the Wall Street Journal. So there it is right there. And this is a full page ad in the Wall Street Journal. Think crypto is none of your business? Think again. Gary Gensler. The world has changed, but finance hasn't changed with it. It's not fast enough, not efficient enough, not innovative enough. If you've had enough of not enough, then you're ready for a new approach. You're ready for money that moves across borders in seconds, not days. You're ready for markets that never close. You're ready for central banks with advanced digital currencies. You're ready for a transformative era in finance. You are ready for crypto.
Yeah, that's exciting. It's exciting. Hey, so I figured this out. Good night, Chip. So El Jefe was saying that had to do with the Fetterman speech when he came out.
Oh, yeah.
About fracking, he said, good night.
So good night, everybody.
Good night. So this is interesting too, Chip. I was flying the other day and I registered for Clear. I've already had the TSA. And when you walk through, I don't know if you've done that yet with Clear, but when you walk through to check in for your flight, they just use your eyes and just scans your eye, show them your ticket, and then you go through and you're in. So Brian is saying most international travel is all Face ID. He traveled to 3 countries, Mex, the U.S., and Peru. He's obviously not from the U.S. Showed his passport once. Maybe it's from the U.S. Maybe he came back to the U.S. But anyhow, but you can do so much of it with Face ID. Miguel was saying the guy who was charged with tax evasion stated that he never bought Bitcoin from an exchange. He bought it from another person and transferred Bitcoin from a private wallet. They still caught him. Something else might have been going on there. Dual Citizen is saying sold most ADA for XRP in 2021. Man, a lot of things going on here. Thinking crypto. What else, Chip?
I am going to share the screen here in a second. I'm going to put this video so that there was a URL that linked over to a page for that Wall Street Journal.
Thailand's with us. Daniel from Thailand.
Daniel. Is that the elephants guy? I think it is.
Yep.
Yep. Unchained Elephants. We had Daniel on here. Daniel was on here.
What is
he made those
on,
cool NFTs, Jeff. We got to pull those out again. Those were awesome.
Oh man, they were.
I just
they were
had those in a tweet. Those were some of the cool. That's my favorite NFT, bar none. That one and the one that Jebsy did for us. So they're great. It's like, I mean, I like NFTs, but when you do it so custom, like the OTC one, you know, but he did it custom to us. He did one specifically for you, one for me. And then also too, we had Jebsy did one for, you know, us on OTC. It's just like that's exciting. It's like that personalization on NFT makes all the difference in the world. And that's why I look at all this stuff and it's cool, but that personalization, it's like almost any of the other ones, I want it a little more personalized. So if we can get there, I think that would be really cool.
Yeah. Very cool.
Let's see. Why can't I see the actual?
Said thanks, guys. You're coming very soon.
Here we go.
Cool.
Here we go.
A lot of cool stuff. All right. Pull
let's
that
go
up.
Like this. Let's go here.
Animal.
Here. This is the video.
Finance is always moving. But is it really moving forward? Or is it just stuck in the same old cycle?
Yes.
Crypto solutions are transforming finance, making it faster and more efficient than we ever thought possible, moving us all into a dynamic new era. Ripple, crypto means business.
Man, play that again. That's awesome. Play that one more
cool,
time.
right?
There's so much meaning to that.
Finance is always moving.
So not a lot of people watch the podcast. So if you guys can't see this, you have a bunch of people walking upstairs, and when the camera pulls back, you find out they're just walking in circles.
But is it really moving forward? Or is it just stuck in the same old cycle? Crypto solutions are transforming finance, making it faster and more efficient than we ever thought possible, moving us all into a dynamic new era. Ripple, crypto means business.
How cool is that, man?
Man, that's awesome. I love that. They really upped the game on their ads, man.
Jeff,
Really,
so
really
I thought I would put this up. I've been experimenting a little bit with AI.
Okay, before you do that, hang on. Daniel said your NFTs are coming very soon with the XLS-20.
Very cool, man. That is very cool. So you know how people always joke on here, Jeff, and say that I look like Max Headroom?
You do.
So I decided to give that over to AI. So I uploaded a bunch of images of myself. And this AI created this right here. So let's take a look at this. This is interesting. I put in there hyper-realistic 3D render, Max Headroom on a vintage TV, Octane render. Put all these prompts in there. So that's kind of what you have to do. It builds it with the prompts. And so this is the first one right here that it came up with. And you've got this character over here. This is me apparently. This is AI now. This is not anything I did. It's like, these are apparently what it thinks me. I don't know. Apparently I lost my body and I'm sitting on some awkward chair. And boy, do I look really cruel in that one. But you know, there's this one here with the glass over face. This one I look like I'm some part of galactic force here, and then there's that one right there. But I don't know, Jeff. It's. And then I said this one. I'm like, hey, how about a portrait of me drinking bourbon, ultra realistic? I put this one up there, and then this is so. These are the shots of me drinking bourbon, which you can see. I'm only drinking bourbon in the one shot with the weird glass that I've apparently gnawed at.
That's very cool. Yeah.
This one looks like a mate straw right there, but this is and I don't know, this evil character keeps showing up. I don't know who that is. That's evil, right? At least some of these have, at least some of them kind of like resemble me a little bit. Well, my wife thinks none of them look like that. I don't know who that is either, right? So it's just like, got some chin spinach here, but anyway,
you should be wearing a sweater vest.
Yeah, I kind of look like that CEO from Flair. Little sweater vest.
There you go. Right.
It's a smoking jacket. It's a smoking jacket, Jeff.
Smoking jacket.
And then I said, well, geez, what would I look like as a bobblehead? So I did that right here too as well. So there's me as a bobblehead, apparently. I don't know. It's a little weird.
And we should have OTC bobbleheads now that we see them. How cool is that?
This one I like. This one is a little bobblehead there.
Figure. Yeah.
So I did the bobblehead thing, and and then I said, well, what would I look like as a
Chipinator?
A cyberpunk, future neon, reflective, traditional Jap. So this is look at this prompt right here. There I am right there. Kind of weird.
Yeah.
And it gets creepier because it doesn't really.
Oh, there you go. That bottom one on the left.
Bottom one on the left always seems to be more. I don't know what that is, but it's weird looking and kind of cool.
Yeah.
And this one I just look angry, Jeff.
Very galactic. Yeah, there you're getting ready.
I just look a little bit on the angry side, so that it's.
And VetBro is here.
Wait, VetBro, dude?
What is up? Holy cow! We haven't seen VetBro, and man, I can't even remember.
Okay, this one's kind of ridiculous. Look at this one here. So this is me as this was put an astronaut in here. I said future.
Frankie is saying that your AI version looks like Dolph Lundgren.
It does. I will break you. That's so funny.
I will break you.
So this one here is an astronaut. I don't know what this is. And this one's really weird in the corner here. Look at this. I've apparently got my mouth and nose molded right inside.
Now I don't understand how they put you in an astronaut suit with no face. So I mean, it could. What did AI do there? Could be anybody.
I don't know. It's weird. And this one here,
except for here on the right. There you go. You look like a galactic hero.
That's a little bizarre too, right? I mean, the whole thing is just kind of weird, man. I don't know.
You look like Jeff. That's right.
And this one, for some reason, it's got me wearing glasses. I don't know what's going on, Jeff. I don't really know.
There you go.
Look at this weird dude. This is
what is that?
Who are these people, man? I like the fact that it made me a lot younger. I have zero.
The bottom left one is always like some sci-fi, like you're getting like in Star Trek or something.
Right. It's always some weird looking thing, and then I try to do myself as Van Gogh, and that just was a total disaster, Jeff.
All of this is happening in another timeline. That's the problem, according to Oscar.
See, this was the other Max Headroom, and this one is weird because this is the other one.
Is Max Headroom? What the?
That's the other. That's other Max Headroom. So there you go, man. And there you have it. So that's all we have for tonight, guys.
Good stuff.
A little glimpse of the future.
Didn't you have a Viking one?
There was a Viking one too. Yeah, I did one as a Viking. Where the hell's that one? Let's see if I can find it.
Chipmunk. There you go.
Yeah, steampunk. Well, I also did the movie, which I was a big fan of, the Budapest Hotel. If you guys know that movie, here I am as that character of the Budapest Hotel. It's the billboard.
Look outside. Right, where are you in Rush over there?
Budapest Hotel, man. Budapest. So these are still frames from that movie. So that's it. We'll find that on the next show. I gotta go. Gotta get out of here.
Man, El Jefe is going to be in Lauderdale soon.
Well, El Jefe, why don't you ring us up,
when we do the meetup? When we do the meetup, we're gonna have the OTC meetup in Lauderdale, which will be sweet.
Hey, Jeff, we went over. We gotta get out of here.
It is. Oh, we're way over.
We gotta go.
Why didn't you say something like 4 or 5 minutes ago?
Busy showing stupid photos of myself that AI created. What do you think? Hey, come on.
Man, this is awesome. We'll be back Wednesday evening.
Wednesday evening, guys. And Jeff will be back with you guys solo. I will be missing that just because I got a function.
You're gonna be gone.
I got a function, so yeah.
Got the function. You will,
I got my junction. What's your function?
How will we function without you?
in a function. You'll nail it, Jeff.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
All right, man. Quantum Leap chip. That's what that one is. Quantum Leap chip.
Quantum Leap.
That's
Yeah, Quantum Leap.
All right, you guys are awesome. We have the best and the brightest to gather here with us on the chain, the On the Chain family. Pretty amazing people. The best and the brightest here on YouTube, crypto space. That's all we got, Chip.
See you guys on the next one. Chip and Jeff out. See you guys. Have a great week.
Are you down with OTC? Please like, subscribe, and click the bell to be notified when the next video drops.